pleasure to be in your reality today. And here we have Zoe with us too. So today I wanted to do another emotional connections reading for you. And for those who are not familiar with that, I'm reading out of a couple books that list ailments and the emotional and spiritual connections to those ailments. So a lot of times when we're on our healing path, we feel like we're doing everything we can physically to get well, but there's always energy blocks. And my belief is the foundation of all disease are blocks at an emotional level. Emotions that have been suppressed, not dealt with, mismanaged, understood, or we're still hanging on to, and they're having a strong impact and blocking the progress of our full holistic healing. So the purpose of reading from these books is to give you another way of thinking about things, to give you new insights about what could be going on with you specifically that is preventing you from moving forward in your healing. This is not medical advice. This is not advice. This is just some healers' insights as to the emotional and spiritual aspects of your disease, condition, or ailment that you're experiencing. Today, I want to address the glands. Now, we all are familiar with some of the endocrine system, parathyroid glands, thyroid, adrenal. We have salivary glands, we have the liver, pancreas, all sorts of things, but we all have glands. And I'm going to bet that most of us, including myself, have some weakness in certain glands. And today, though, we are just covering the general topic of glands. In the future, if you would like me to do additional readings, we can discuss in specific glands such as the adrenal, the thyroid, the parathyroid, etc., etc. If you have a request for emotional connection reading, I would like to ask you to be as specific as you possibly can, because that enables me to address a specific condition and better able to help you. So I'm going to read out of my big book. Again, we're talking generally glands. A gland is an organ, the functioning of which is characterized by the synthesis and secretion of a substance. These substances are specific and essential for the harmony of the body. There are two main types of glands: the endocrine glands and the exocrine glands. The endocrine glands, with no canals, secrete their hormones, which are messengers, inside of the body, in the blood, as for example, the thyroid, the liver, the surrenals, etc. They have an interior function, and their name means I separate. These hormones are necessary for maintaining the body's equilibrium or homeostasis. The exocrine glands secrete their products outside of the body through a canal that opens onto the surface of the skin, a mucous membrane, or in the digestive tube. For example, the salivary glands, the liver, or the pancreas. The glands are the mirrors of the self, and each of them is linked to an energy center. Some people call energy centers chakras. A bad functioning of my endocrine glands manifests an imbalance or disharmony among my energy centers. The glands, whatever their type, inject into my body certain products that are like fuels for my body needs to be able to function and set other organs into action. So it's saying the glands inject something into our body like a fuel, much like a petrol or gasoline into the car, fuels into the car so it can function properly. The glands, whatever their type, inject into my body certain products that are like fuels my body needs to be able to function and to set other glands and organs into action. The intercommunication between the glands is what brings about harmony or disharmony and a proper equilibrium or an imbalance. The fact of becoming increasingly conscious and creating my own life instead of living like an automaton or a robot ensures a proper functioning of my glands. Let me repeat that. This is very good. The fact of becoming increasingly conscious and creating my own life instead of living like a robot or an automaton, right, ensures a proper functioning of my glands. What do you think, Zoe? A bad functioning in one or several glands indicates that I'm having difficulty in finding the motivation or the fuel for starting up a new project or for taking action about a situation, because I tend to put things off also. It may also involve rational matters where I am experiencing confusion and having difficulty in getting a clear view of what must be done. Is that you? This denotes my inner insecurity. I am as disorganized and untidy in my life as in my own thoughts. Glandular dysfunctioning can also result from unfulfilled desires or overly strong emotions. As the mirrors of the self, the glands reflect the expression of my inner life. As the mirrors of the self, the glands reflect the expression of my inner life. They are affected if I live passively with the attitude of a victim, or choose to live unconsciously and in my head instead of in my heart. They are affected if I live passively with the attitude of a victim, or choose to live unconsciously and in my head instead of being in my heart. If there is glandular inflammation, I am resenting those who hurt me or humiliated me. I am only protecting myself. Okay, so then it gives a sentence as a new thought pattern, and a new thought pattern to replace your current way of thinking that is keeping you locked in to the challenge of this glandular imbalance. And the new way of thinking proposes, I accept to trust myself again, for I have all the necessary qualities to move ahead and take action. I accept to trust myself again, for I have all the necessary qualities to move ahead and take action. And you do, and I do, and we all do. So, as I said before, probably most of us have some glandular imbalance or weakness. And I can delve deeper into those specific glands for an emotional reading in the future if you'd like. But I think this gave a nice overview of what the glands are and how they relate to our emotions. By Dr. Morse's teachings, the parathyroid gland is associated with depression. The adrenal gland is associated with anxiety, as two examples. So that's it for today. Did any of this help you, speak to you, you feel like you resonated and identified with? And if so, let me know in the comments below if it did, what you thought about it, if you'd like to see more videos like this, and if you do, be specific about what you'd like to see. I think the glands are very important, and I'd like to address each one specifically. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Share with everyone who could benefit from this information, and let me know what you think below. And I thank you for spending part of your day with me. As always, it's a great pleasure. Until we meet again next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, Zoe.